See people over there having a bit of a chat. And they've got their doggies. And it's a beautiful day. And this is, I think it's, what, is it the 2nd or the 3rd of September. Probably going to be a better time than last year, with any luck. Because last year was the year that I lost my sister. Katie and I are just down the park today. She's drying off because she's just had a bath. And I've just taken a few snaps of her. She doesn't really want a photo taken, she wants to play. Don't you, Kate? She's had a good wash. As you can see, she's actually quite fat. She looks really fat and her belly seems to be sagging a little bit in her backs. No, it's not so much that. She's got really fluffy fur around her ruff around here. Haven't you, Kate? It's quite tall. Needs a bit of a brush. It just looks like you're sagging a bit there. You're not. No, feels quite straight, really, when I do that. I worry about her a lot. There goes a little white dog over there. 2 little white dogs, little fluffy balls. It's lovely, it's beautiful, really beautiful day. And you'll probably hear the kids in the school over there, Kingsville School, shouting and playing and doing whatever they do. Katie's had a wash and she's drying out. She'll probably take a while to dry out, but I'm just giving her a nice long quiet walk along the creek, and I'm just hoping that she'll dry out before we get home. Unlikely, but we can always hope. She usually takes about 2 days to dry out properly. She'll probably be mostly dry by the morning, which will be good. She's had a brush, which means that she's going to dry out a little bit quicker. I hope, I think, sort of. At least in theory. And I've got sticks under my thongs. So I've got thongs on today, and I've got shorts. I'll get myself in the frame. There we go. You see me now? You know, I've got shorts on, and I've still got this facial fuzz going on. It's just an experiment. I don't know whether I'll keep it, probably won't. Makes me look kind of old. I've never really been a fan of beards and stuff, but I just want to know what it feels like for once, you know, just for an experiment. So, anyway, beautiful day. It feels like it's about 23, I would say, 23 degrees, possibly. It's very nice, very pleasant. It's not too hot. And Katie and I are having a really nice walk. Look at that big fluffy tail. She hates that tail being touched, and the kids want to touch it. And of course she gets upset because her tail's being touched. But, you know, it's so beautiful. She's got such a beautiful tail. I want to hold it and cuddle it. No, Katie says, you can't touch my tail. Look at this. It's a really beautiful park, isn't it? Years ago when I used to come down here, I used to have to come down here almost every day when I was walking, because I used to come from that side and go that side to get to my high school, which is a fair walk further down that way. And this place was all, in the day, it was all covered in thick clay mud, which is still here. Of course, it's just underneath all the ground. And it was all kind of really untidy and industrial looking, you know. And people used to treat this as it's a natural creek, but people used to treat it like a sewer, you know, and they used to just dump all sorts of chemicals in here and horrible stuff, and there was always yuck floating on it. But Mum remembers coming down here when she was a kid in the 20s and 30s, and they would hunt for yabbies, which is freshwater crayfish, and there were little fishes in here and things. Now they've tidied it up, but every so often some unscrupulous company dumps something nasty in here. But you come down here now and there's frogs, and the water's fairly clean. It's just runoff, and it's not too bad. It still smells a bit creaky, but it's not too bad. The other things that... There goes the bell for the kids. The other thing that was here was Scotch thistles everywhere. There was just Scotch thistles everywhere. And, very prickly things they are too. So you had to sort of negotiate those as well, although fortunately where I went through it was all right. But, in the winter when everything was kind of wet, the clay would just build up under your feet like... it reminded me of kind of, those high platform shoes that they used to have in the 60s and the 70s. 70s, I think, 70s. And, it was the 70s, for going to the discos in, and people would break their ankles because they had them. But it was the fashion of the day. But that's how my school shoes looked after I came out of all the clay. So... it was pretty bad, and to see this is a really nice transformation. They've done really, really well, and I can't show you any pictures of what it used to look like because I don't have any. But it was really disgusting at one stage. It really, really was. Just look at it. Look at how nice the trees are and so forth. And the way that I used to get down to the school, I used to come out one of the streets on side here, and there were rocks, and I used to get on the rocks and cross. Oh, here comes the doggie. Doberman, my sister used to have. She had 3, one at one stage and 2 at another. Anyway, I used to go down. I think it was down here. It's funny, it wasn't all that long ago, I suppose, in my life. I've got to remember how I did it. Yeah, I think I used to cross here. Isn't it beautiful? Look at those houses up there. I love the houses up there. I mean, looking over this area is very nice. Where I am, it's kind of more... there's streets and there's cars, and I don't like it. It'd be nice if I was down here. I think it'd be really nice. Really pleasant to look out the window and see all of this. There's a bird flying really weirdly up there. Oh, it's after a moth. All right, Kate?